Hi everybody, I'm Kuribeta and welcome to another deck profile. This profile has been requested under my last video on the BLS Super Soldier replays, and so let's get right into it. So I show you first my monsters. So of course 3 of BLS Super Soldier. This monster is very powerful. In fact, he can attack and deals burning damage equal to a destroy monster attack. Furthermore, if he is being summoned using the little soldiers, he gains other effects. Also, if he gets destroyed in battle or by an effect of a monster an opponent's monster, we can summon any Gaia from deck, hand, or graveyard. So we always have a monster on field to protect us. Then we play one of the old BLS because we cannot summon him twice in a turn. So if we want another monster, we can summon him. Also, this is not only a Super Soldier deck profile, because this is a deck based on Super Soldier and also on Chaos Max, which I play in 3 copies because we can, and it's a level 8, so we can exit summon other monsters. It's a dark monster, so we can easily discard him, maybe by with trading, and then we can summon the envoy of the beginning, banish him, and allied monster. Usually when you summon Chaos Max, it's game, because I mean, if you can summon Chaos Max, you have already at least another BLS monster. And if you have the Super Soldier, you can ban all the opponent's monsters, and especially if your opponent has a defense position monster, that's game, because you deal double damage with a 4K monster. Also, it's a piercing damage. Then I play 2 Gaias. One is the Charging Gaia, and the other one is the Horizon Gaia. Just because he is dark and he is light. You can all normal summon these monsters. In fact, if you normal summon the Charging Gaia, he's no more 2300 but only 1900. Also, you can normal summon the Rising Gaia if your opponent control more monsters than you, and he's still 23,000. You always start second with this deck because you need to deal battle damage. So you always you will always be able to summon the Horizon. Okay, let's go to the lower level monsters. I play 1 Super Soldier Soul, which is level 1. Also, his effect says that you can discard 1, I think, BLS. Yeah, not Gaia. You can discard 1 BLS monster, and this card gains the discarded monster's attack and also gains its name. I don't play like this. I mean, I don't use this effect so much, but I use his graveyard effect. So I usually normal summon this, then I link away for Link Uribo because it's level 1. Then when this card is the graveyard, I banish him, so I can get one of these monsters, which is the Evening Twilight Night, and of course the light one, which is the Beginning Night. And you need to have at least one of these in hand to be able to summon a Super Soldier with their effect, which is banish one monster and banish one card from the opponent's hand, and also he'll let Super Soldier gain those effects, which are banish another monster, and if the Super Soldier destroy a monster in battle, he can attack twice, second time in a row. This is awesome because it's not like the envoy of beginning that he can choose to banish or attack twice, and he cannot apply all both effects. In this case, using him as material for a ritual summon, you can also banish monster and attack twice. It's not relevant. You can use both effects. Then another monster I play is Envoy of Chaos. It's a dark monster, level 4. So if you don't have Evening Twilight Night, you can also use him. This card is really good because it's like the Honest, but only for Gaia and BLS. So you can discard him, and your monster gains 1500, and also your opponent monster cannot have his attack changed. So he has to apply his original attack in damage calculation. So, I mean, if your opponent has a line monster, he wanna use the Honest, you can discard his, you deal more damage, and also you negate the Honest. You don't really negate it, but I mean, you have to apply his original attack for damage calculation. Then, of course, if we play Chaos Max, we also play 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. It's mandatory. I mean, if you play Chaos Max, you have to play this. And also, because we play three of Blue Eyes White Dragon, we also play 2 of alternative Blue Eyes, because it's easy to summon them. If you have both of them in your hand, you can show this guy and summon this other guy. You can use his effect to pop one, or maybe not, maybe just attack, or maybe use it and then XYZ summon with this monster, because you have a lot of level 8. Okay, these were the monsters. Now I show you the spell cards. Of course, you use 3 of the field spell, which is Gateway to Chaos. When you activate it, you can add one ritual monster, one ritual BLS monster, or a Gaia monster from deck to your hand. Also, every time a monster is goes to graveyard from the field or hand, you can do one counter on this card, maximum 6, and you can use 3 counters to add ritual spell from your deck to your hand. This is a card everybody use with set rotation, and this is the only deck that really use this field spell. And also, of course, we use 2 terraforming going with it because it's a 2, and of course you need this to search it. Okay, so ritual spells, I use Super Soldier Ritual, which I could even take out his deck because I don't really use it. I mean, it's the only effect you sometimes use is his graveyard effects, so you can banish this card and a light and dark monster from your graveyard and summon a ritual BLS, ignoring his summoning conditions. But if you have this in hand, you have to sacrifice a monster from hand, also on a field, and I don't know, it's not that powerful in this deck. Then Chaos Form for either Chaos Max and the BLS. It's amazing because if you use 2 advanced ritual art, you can use this and banish instead the dragon, the blue eyes white dragon you used to summon the ritual monster. Then of course the best ritual spell I've ever seen for this deck is Synthesis. Synthesis allows you to ritual summon by discarding a monster from your hand and ditching a monster from your deck. So if you have Synthesis and you have, let's say, Beginning Night in your hand, so you activate Synthesis, you discard Beginning Night, which is light and level 4, and your BLS is level 8, so you need another level 4 that you can dish from your deck, and of course you dish this, so your BLS gains 4 more effects. So your BLS can banish 2 monsters, banish 1 card from your opponent hand, and also if your monster destroys 1 monster in battle, he can attack twice in a row. It's so easy to do, and it's so powerful. Of course, you want to go second. Okay, there was Synthesis. Then other spells I do play is, of course, triple trading, because you have a lot of level 8 and you want to see more cards as possible. I know maybe you can also play more cards in this deck. I mean, 40 is standard, but you can play 45, even 50. And I mean, I will always leave trading inside because you can. Furthermore, with Synthesis, you can either summon your monster from hand or graveyard. So if you discard a BLS ritual monster with trade-in, you still can use Synthesis to summon him. So it's not a big deal if you discard your monster, right? But you want to see more cards as possible. That's why I use trade-in in 3 copies. Also, other cards left are Dark Hole, Rhoda, and Monster Reborn, just because they're pretty standard. Okay, that was my deck, my main deck, and it was 41 cards. If you want, you can use 3 Manjus, which allows you to add a ritual spell or a ritual monster from your deck to your hand. You can. I used to play also Effect Veiler because it's level 1, and it's a tuner monster. And if you want, you can use it to summon. You can use it to summon synchro monsters, maybe level 9 or also level 8 and 5 monsters. You can also summon like Cloud Castle or Archfiend monsters or Natura Beast. It's up to you. I decided to carry it off because all I want is to create my board, and I think 1 Gaia, 2 BLS, and Chaos Max is enough. But if you want, you can use them. Okay, let's go to the extra deck. even if you don't really need an extra deck. But you never know, so it's better to have it. So it's one Linkuriboh, Underclock Taker, Isolde, and this is pretty much standard because Linkuriboh and Underclock Taker, you use it quite in every deck, almost in every deck. Isolde because it's they are warriors. Then the Nightmare package, I use the Mermaid, just because you do go second, and sometimes maybe they leaves you an Ibly, so you can link summon it using Ibly, and you have an extra extra monster zone. And then I use also Phoenix, Cerberus, and Unicorn, just because I have space in my extra deck. Then Utopia, Lightning, then Cowboy. This is only for the 800 damage, but I think once I summon it also in attack position, which is weird, but don't underestimate his attack position effect. Then one Baguska. Then I play Deltaros just because he's a light monster, he's a warrior monster. Also, his effects allows you to summon your monsters, make your board without your opponent interrupting you. Red Eyes, Flare Metal Dragon. It never came, but it's level 7. You can make it for with your Gaia. It's difficult, I know, because you only have 2 level 7, but if it happens, well, this is a good monster to summon. Then I play one Lancelot, number 23. It's a zombie. You can make it with any level 8. It's a negation, but his negation is mandatory, so it's not that good, but if you can predict your opponent's move, then yeah, it's good. Then I use number 68 because I don't know, I think that was quite a standard for a level 8 base deck. So yeah, I could maybe tell you to not use Unicorn and the Nightmare package because you never link summon that much. Maybe you can add one big guy or something like that. I mean, some more XYZ monsters, because you don't rely on your extra deck. You have to summon your monsters and go in battle, and it's quite an OTK. I mean, you deal a lot of damage to your opponent. So what you want in your hand to have the best board ever with this deck is let's see, a Synthesis, one of this night, maybe Gateway to Chaos, some Gaia, and of course the Black Luster Soldier. Okay, so let's say you start with this hand, which I know it's you have to be very, very, very lucky to have this, but you know, you can also open trading or like terraforming or like whatever, but I'm show you the best way to beat down your opponent. So all you have to do is to activate Gateway, so you'll be able to obtain your BLS ritual monster. So you add one, okay. Then you can normal summon your Gaia. Then you use Synthesis for him. So you discard your Beginning Knight, and also from your deck, even in Twilight Monster. So you have this in your graveyard. You have summoned him. Also, you have this in your hand. So they are a dark and a light monster. So you banish them. So you trigger the effect. If he is banished, it allows you to add a ritual spell to your hand. And she's banished, allows you to add a ritual monster to your hand. So of course, who do you want? You want Chaos Max and this ritual spell with Chaos Max. So all you need to do is to summon Chaos Max. Use this. Vision Blue Eyes. And summon him. So you can go on barrel with this board. If this is not enough, I tell you, okay, Gaia maybe is useless. He's also is only dealing 1900, but your super soldier can banish 2 monsters from your opponent's field, 1 from your opponent's hand. Also, if he destroys a monster, he can attack 1 more time, and also he deals burn damage equal to the destroyed monster. Everybody know what the old BLS does, and everybody know what Chaos Max does. I play the deck like this, and I pretty like it. It's only for fun, I mean. So have fun with it. Okay, guys. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this deck profile. If you have anything to say, maybe suggestions, just write a comment in the comment section below. If you want, you can subscribe, and if you like the video, leave a like. You help me a lot, and see you in the next video.